Well, hey everybody, it's me, your girl Lex, and yes, baby, I am up. The sun is shining. It's a bit cloudy, but the sun is peeking through. The weather is beautiful, and it is time to hook and book our baby and get it up out of here. Yes, today is the day. I know you guys want to check me, don't you? Yes, baby. I am still rocking my furs and my LV, baby. Yes. I am doing it, ain't I, girls and guys? All right, so let's take off this jacket so you can check out my little short dress. There you have it, guys. So this dress is made just like the one I had on yesterday. Just doesn't have the leathery top. But I am just loving these little cute dresses, and especially since I started adding these little belts to them. Just too cute, right? Okay. So, guys, I did get a throwback episode today, and I have already shared it with you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I see that you guys are getting over there to YouTube and enjoying the show. We still have some stragglers that haven't subscribed yet because I get notified when you subscribe, people. So get yourselves over there and subscribe and continue watching. You're missing a good show if you're not subscribed and watching. So, anywho, today, the juice of it all. Well, remember yesterday we had this meet up with the foursome, Trey, Keish, Jazz, and Damien. You guys thought it was going to be a fiasco, didn't you? Can you believe it? The crew is doing something without drama. I can't believe it. No slapping and hitting? Well, today we are going to finish up that meeting with Trey and Keisha and Jazz and Damien. We're going to see what comes out in the wash, so to speak. And we're going to see if we can put this thing to bed with this feud that's going on with them and see if we can't get civilized, okay? I know you guys want to see Jazz get civilized, right? Well, we're working on it. She's a work in progress. Hey. So you guys get over there, enjoy the show. Like I said, we're going to put these last minute things in the RV and then we're going to hook it and book it out of here. So I will post if I'm not driving. I will answer your comments if I'm not driving. But if I'm driving, when I get to my destination, then I will reply to your comments and post that we're there. Okay? So talk to you. Jazz, you know what? I have sat back for the last 2 years and I have allowed you to verbally abuse me, physically abuse me, almost take my life and my son's life. And I have stayed back in the shadows because not wanting to step on your toes. But, sweetheart, the truth of the matter is, like Tremaine said, you guys were in turmoil when I came along. Your marriage was over before Trey and I slept together. He, just like he says, wasn't man enough to let you go and tell you so. Now, like I said, I apologize for sleeping with him. I don't apologize for being in love with him. To be honest with you, I have loved Trey for a very long time, and I think you know that. From way back in the lily pad, boo. Yeah, you've had it out for my husband ever since then, Keisha. And so this was just your ploy to come and sneak in and get him. Sweetheart, trust me, that was not it. Our getting back together was just fate, destiny, whatever you want to call it. I've always loved Trey, but I've just always been a really good friend to Trey. I was not sleeping with Trey. That just came along. When we started spending time together, he started venting how miserable he was and things that were going on in his marriage. I was going through bad things in my marriage. I was in the verge of breaking up with my husband. And it just happened. Sex doesn't just happen, Keisha.
Yeah, it kind of does.
It kind of did.
No, seriously, Jazz. I mean, I wasn't out to sleep with Keisha. Like you said, there was already other ones.
Exactly.
I wasn't out to sleep with Keisha. She has always been a good friend, a listening ear.
Oh, you guys were sleeping together all those years ago, Tremaine.
Okay, we made one whoopsie years ago, but we never slept together after that. I mean, Keisha went on and got married and had a child of her own. She had her own family. And me and you were still in our relationship trying to make things work, Jazz. But don't you get it? I mean, we kept trying and trying and trying, and it wasn't getting any better. Jazz, to be honest, we just weren't the same anymore. We were so young when we first fell in love. I mean, Jazz, I was fresh out of high school. I was 18 years old, and I fell for you. I fell in love with you. I won't lie about that. What I thought was love at that time. But Jazz, let me tell you something. 18-year-old love is a lot different from your 28, your 38-year-old love. We we evolve. And to be honest, Jazz, it just wasn't the same. I started seeing things for what they were. I started seeing what seemed to be like you were controlling me. And I hated that, and you know that. From telling me how to dance and how to sing and what to wear and where to go and who to work with. It was driving me crazy. And then started the drinking and everything else that happened between me and you. I don't even have to mention. I can never apologize enough for what I did to you and how I hurt you, Jazz. But when I came back from rehab, I don't know. You just looked at me differently, Jazz. You looked at me different.
But that's the thing, Trey. You always felt like I did. Because your own conscience, I didn't look at you differently. I still loved you. I wouldn't have waited for you if I didn't love you.
Jazz, you may have had love for me, but you didn't love me the same. You gotta be honest, Jazz. Come on, that's what we're doing here tonight. We're being honest.
Well, I mean, how could I love you the same, Trey, after the things you had done?
Exactly. See, I hurt you. I damaged you. And I knew that. I knew that, Jazz. And like I said, after that, things weren't the same. I mean,
Well,
we would
you
argue and fight and bicker like cats and dogs. We were arguing about every little thing. And somehow I feel like you feared me too.
well, maybe a little bit. I mean, after the things you did, Trey, I just never knew when you were gonna blow up and lose yourself again. That was always my fear.
And I understand that. But how can you build a relationship in fear and not trusting your mate? That's where we went wrong. And it just started going downhill after that, Jazz. I'm sorry. I cannot apologize enough. But I just wasn't happy. I was selfish, and I did what I wanted to do, what I thought was best for me. I never thought about how it was hurting you, how it was affecting you,
Or
how
me,
it
for that matter.
how it was affecting Keisha, how it would affect our children, our families. And now look at us. Years later, we're trying to build families outside of each other, and it's hectic, Jazz. It's chaos. I get that. I caused this mess. That is why I am sitting here with you trying to resolve this.
OMG. No, I just put him down. What is he doing up already? I'm sorry, guys. You guys gonna have to excuse me, okay?
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead, Keish.
Okay. Hey, you want daddy? Hey, 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 hey. Yeah?
Yeah, what's wrong with him, babe? Is he hungry or what?
No, Trey, I just fed him before I put him down. And I thought I burped him good. I don't know, he's just been a fussy. You want to try?
Oh, man. Come on. Come on, daddy's man. Okay. All right, Trey
Oh,
Day.
Trey
Come on.
Day.
Come on, daddy's man. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. There you go. There you go. See?
You just want daddy to talk to you. That's what it is.
Oh, you being the cranky man. Come on, baby
Yes, he's
boy.
being cranky.
Well, mommy and daddy are trying to talk right now, so we need you to quiet down, man. Oh, man. They are precious, aren't they? Yeah, they are.
Yeah, and even more so when you almost lost them. You know, Jazz, I understand you're mad. I understand your hatred for me, thinking I was the other woman that broke up your happy home. I get it. I do. I've been there. But what you did to me and my son is unacceptable. It's almost unforgivable. But you know what, Jazz? The thing about it is, I have forgiven you and I have moved on because I can't allow you to rob me of my happiness. And it takes too much energy to stay mad. And that's what's wrong with you. You're exerting all your energy to hate me and Trey. You can't even concentrate on being happy with Damien and moving on. I've moved on. I'm sorry that that makes you mad that I've moved on and that I'm happy with Trey and that I love him. I should hate you for what you did, but I don't have it in me. I don't have the energy to. I have a child with special needs that I have to tend to. He needs my time and energy, not this feud with you and Tremaine. Because really, it has nothing to do with me. I'm just your scapegoat. Because you don't want to take responsibility for your failed marriage.
She's got a point, Jazz. I mean, we all got to take responsibility in this. And I got to step up as the man and take the most responsibility because I let this go on. I put you both in this position. I pitted you against Keisha because I wasn't man enough to stand up and tell you what was going on. Don't you think things would have been so different, Jazz, if I had just came to you and told you that I didn't want to be with you anymore and we could have went on our merry way? And then if I had hooked up with Keisha, then maybe you guys would have gotten along?
Yeah, I mean, it's like that was the biggest slap in my face. Not only were you messing around with her, but then you got her pregnant. And yet you were still lying, Tremaine. You were saying it wasn't your baby. And then you were still saying that you wanted to be with me when you came to Italy.
You're right, Jazz. You're right. It was a stupid, stupid move. And I almost got people hurt, people killed. Jazz, I get it. I should have just told you then. I should have stopped the lying. But in the same point in time, Jazz, you almost took Keisha's life and my son's life. Jazz, he's an innocent baby. And at some point, you got to take responsibility for that. You almost killed my son. And that's something that I shouldn't forgive you for. That's unforgivable when it comes to someone's child. Do you know how it felt when we thought that we had lost Jaji a few days ago?
Yes, I do. I was terrified.
So then imagine how me and Keisha felt. Regardless of what we had done, Jasmine, do you really think that we deserved that? To feel that same feeling that you felt about Jaji?
No, and I honestly, I never really meant for that to happen, Trey. I spiraled out of control. I lost my footing and I was so filled with rage and anger. I was so mad at you and Keisha for what you've done. And then we were supposed to be trying for a baby and then you got her pregnant. It just enraged me and I just lost control. I never meant to hurt your son. I never meant to try to kill your baby. I know it seemed like it, but it wasn't me. I was out of control. I couldn't, I couldn't, I couldn't get control of it.
See, Jasmine, this is what I'm talking about. And if we can come and forgive you for something like that, why can't you forgive me? Why can't you forgive Keisha? Why can't we get past this, Jasmine? I'm begging you. We have got to put our differences aside for these children. Because whether you like it or not, my son is here. And he is Jaji's brother. She loves him to death. She wants to be close with her brother, with her brothers.
And I know you don't think of my son as her brother, but Jasmine, we live here together and we're raising them as a family together. And so they are siblings. And that's how we want them to feel about each other. We want them to be close.
Exactly. If we could just see life in the eyes of a child, they got so much love for each other.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
And to be honest, you really need to stop trying to poison Jaji against Trey. I mean, that's just not things that you would tell a child. You know, what happened with us as adults, that's not something you push on your child. I mean, when Gib and I went through what we went through, I tried my best not to spill that over to my son because he didn't deserve that. He just needs two parents to love him. And that's what we try to do now. I've gotten over the anger. I was angry too when Gib did that to me. So I know how you feel. I was hurt. I was mad. I was angry. Hell, I went to jail for jumping on one of his boo things. And that is what made me wake up that I have a child. I need to be there to raise my son, and he doesn't need to see me going to jail fighting with his father. And then in the end, it wasn't worth it. If he didn't love me enough to respect me and to be faithful, then it just wasn't meant to be. And I had to just walk away. And I'm okay with that. And you need to get okay with it. I can't apologize enough for what happened. I apologize profusely for being the other woman. But we're past that, Jazz. It's been 2 years. And I think that I have paid for my mistake. And I don't want to pay any further. I don't want to be running around watching my back because I think you're going to be lurking around ready to jump on me. I don't want to be out with my son and be afraid that you might do something to him. I would never do anything to that baby. Well, I mean, I don't know. You tried to kill him. I wasn't trying to kill the baby. I just was angry, and I apologize. I would never try to hurt someone's baby. Sorry. I'm very sorry. Please, I'm begging you to forgive me for that.
Jazz.
I already have.
Right. We've already forgave you. I couldn't stay mad at you because at the end of the day, we still have to coincide. We still have a common denominator, and that's Jaji. We have to co-parent her. We have to raise her. We have to love her. We both love Jaji. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah, all of us here love Jaji. Damien loves her. I love her. I mean, a child can never have too many people love them.
Exactly. They say it takes a village, Jazz. Well, this is Jaji's village right here. Damien, you, me, Keisha, we're all in Jaji's life and we all love her. But we have to learn how to get along as the adults. I mean, what if I'm not here and Jaji wants to come over and play with LG and Keisha's here? You have to be able to get along with Keisha. And I'm not saying that y'all are going to be best friends. I don't expect that to come out of this meeting. I mean, come on.
Right.
You got a point, Trey. But I want us to at least be civil with each other. If we see each other in passing, or if our kids want to go over to each other's house and play, we can let them do that. Because at the end of the day, it's about these kids. It's not about us and our petty feelings.
Exactly. Like that is so over. And I definitely don't want my son going over there if I feel like you're going to be mean to him or do something to. I would never hurt your son. Let's just get over that, okay? I would never do anything to hurt your child.
Okay, we respect that. And at the same point, Jazz, we need you to get over your feelings. I understand you were hurt, but I need you to be able to get past that, Jazz. Trey has a point, Jazz. Now is the time. You've told them how you felt, you've gotten it out, and you have to choose whether you're going to forgive them and all of us be able to move on, Jazz, or if you're going to continue to hold that hate in your heart. Because that's all it is. It's hate festering in your heart.
And it's not going to lead to any good, Jazz. It's not going to lead any good for you and Damien or you and Trey. It's not going to be any good for anyone. And Jaji's going to hurt in the end. And none of us want to see Jaji hurt.
Please, Jazz, I'm begging you. Please, can we put the hate aside for Jaji?
I'll do anything for Jaji. She's my world. Trey, I just don't want to feel like you're trying to take her away from me. I just always felt like you were trying to replace me with Keisha.
Jasmine, I promise you that I will never, ever try and take Jaji away from you. And Keisha is not to replace you. Jaji knows that you're her mother and that you love her. I would never let anyone replace you in Jaji's life. I respect you as Jaji's mom. Come on, Jazz. I told you that time and time again. And I can tell you this in front of Keisha. I'm going to always have love for you as the mother of my daughter. All right? That's always going to be there, Jazz.
And I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't want him to hate you. I don't want him to fight with you. I want you guys to get along. I want you guys to have a good relationship for Jaji. And Jazz, I am not trying to take your place with your daughter. I just want to love her and make her feel loved and welcomed in our home and part of this family because she is part of this family. But I would never try to step in your shoes and try to replace you or make her forget about you. I wasn't trying to do that. I just stepped in when you were gone to help Trey transition her. That's all it was. And she loves me and I love her. But we have a different kind of relationship than you and her. You're her mother. But she loves me too. And she can have enough love for all of us.
Exactly, Jazz.
She knows Trey is her dad. And she loves Damien. And she knows you're her mom and she loves me. Why can't that just be enough? I guess you're right. I guess for Jaji, we do need to work on things because I don't want her to see us fighting all the time. I don't want her to be damaged. I want her to grow up a healthy, loving life. And I certainly don't want to lose you, Damien. And if I've made you feel inferior or make you feel like you had to compete with Trey, I'm sorry. I do love you.
I know that, Jazz. And that's why I haven't left. That's why I haven't given up on you. I love you dearly. And I know you're a good person, and I know you have a good heart. And I know you have it in you to overcome this. And at the end of the day, we've seen what damage this volatile relationship is doing to Jaji. We've seen that with our own eyes.
I know.
And it's time we got on the same page.
The thought of I could have lost her just. I never want to be feeling like that again.
Me neither, Jazz. Me neither. I felt that twice now. I don't want to feel that again.
Trey, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for what happened with your son. He's so precious. He looks just like you.
Thank you.
Finally got your little junior.
Yeah, it's my little man. And he's definitely a fighter. and he's a strong boy.
Yeah, I heard he's meant to be here.
I guess it was meant to be.
Yeah, I guess. Well, Damien and I have some things to do. We have to go, and we're getting ready for our soft grand opening for Jazz. You know, so
For real, that's
we've
good.
got some things we got to take care of. Do you mind if Jaji stays behind?
Mind, I'd love for her to stay over, Jazz. She's always, always welcome to come over here.
Always, anytime.
Exactly. And you guys are always welcome too. I would really like for us to get together. Maybe do some more things together. I mean, one step at a time, baby steps. Like I said, I'm not expecting you and Keisha to be best friends, but I would like for us to at least come together for Jaji and do some things together.
Yeah, I think it would be nice, to have play dates with the kids, and
So LG is comfortable with you as well, Jazz.
exactly. Yeah, well, all in time, right?
That's right, baby steps, babe.
That's right.
But I think that's a great idea, Trey and Keisha, and I'm totally open to it.
Well, I'm open to it too, and I want to see us all get along.
Right. Jazz, thank you so much for coming and being open and honest, even if it was a little brutally honest.
Right.
We needed to do this, Jazz. We needed to get this out. I know you hurt, and I'm so sorry that I hurt you the way I did. But in time, they always say that time heals all wounds, right?
Yeah, well, I guess it just hadn't been enough time, Trey, but maybe it has.
It's been long enough, Jazz.
Maybe you're right. Well, Damien, you want to go? I know we've got people waiting at the restaurant.
Yeah, definitely. We'll go ahead and get on our way. But Trey, I appreciate it, man.
So,
Keisha.
are you guys cooking anything yet, Jazz? I've always loved your food. Well, yeah, actually, we have a cook there. That's what we're going for. We're gonna test out the menu and get
Right.
everything ready for the grand opening. I think maybe Trey and I could get a plate. Well, and TJ and Shay.
Right. Always loved your food, Jazz.
Well, Damien, I think we could arrange that, right?
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem at all.
We'll bring you guys a to go.
That sounds good. I appreciate that. I
Yeah,
appreciate you guys both.
we'll tell TJ and Shay so they don't ruin their appetite. And I'm gonna get this little man Trey, and maybe he needs to be changed, and maybe he just wants to be in his walker and play.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go catch Joshie and LG down on the beach. And I guess we'll catch you two later.
Yeah, I guess we'll see you guys later, Trey. Well, well, well. So, were you guys surprised about the turnout of this little meet with the exes? Well, I think it needed to be done. Great suggestion, Damien. And look, we are on the road to recovery for Jazz and Trey and Keish. And it is high time to stop all of this fighting and just love the kids, right? So, I enjoyed that episode. I hope you did too. And there's more to come. Like Trey said, they're not going to be besties right now. They are a work in progress. So make sure you stay tuned to Days in the Lives of Love and Hip Hop, Barbie Empire.